Welcome back.
Thank you. We are recording. How are you?
Good.
I did not like our last recording, so I'm glad that we're starting afresh today.
Do you want to tell the people what you did while we were having our heated discussion? That was not a fight. It was more of a heated discussion.
Absolutely not.
Since we're not on video, people
No,
can't see what happens
I'm
when
not going to tell the people.
you
I'm
don't.
not. No, of course not.
Oh, because you don't want to ruin your image.
Right. I was
Okay.
very mad at you in the last recording, so it wasn't a fun recording for me. I was very mad at you. I actually can't remember what we were fighting about, to be honest, but
What were we fighting about?
I don't remember, but I was genuinely mad at you while we were recording. I might have expressed a gesture while you were talking.
A hand gesture.
A hand gesture, like a high
Maybe.
five or a fist
A
bump.
high five or low five.
Right.
Not a fist bump.
So anyway, that isn't fun though. I actually disagree with you on this. I don't think people want to hear us fighting.
No, I think the people know that this is real. So
Yeah,
we
but
have
still.
real discussions. This is the story about what happens when 7 people go and live in a house and things get real.
The real world.
The
The
real
challenge
world.
is there is like a moment where it's like fun, and then there's a moment where it's uncomfortable cringe.
But we always come
We
back.
cringed at last
See, but I
week.
always make a point to, all right, we need the full circle. Because
Mm.
we've never like stopped and said, screw this podcast, we're done.
I was close last Sunday.
See, but you had to fight that urge.
Yeah.
Fight that urge.
I will. How was your week?
But we always circle back and say, you know what, we got to settle the fight.
Right.
So
Right. It's
it's
true.
like a nice TV episode.
I didn't share it anywhere.
button
I
it
did
up.
not like that particular.
We button it
episode.
up at the end of the episode.
Right. Let's talk episode. I have a friend that emailed me and messaged me and said that we have to talk about this gently though. She wanted to hear our finance episode. We did a episode on finances, on like our philosophy behind money, and it is in the vault. And so,
Oh,
yeah, she's like, hey, could you share that link with me? I really wanted to hear it. And then I went and checked and it's in the vault.
we
And
can
I'm not taking anything in the vault out. So we might have to talk again about finances one day.
okay.
It's
For
in
our
the
any new listeners?
Yeah, exactly. For the single
Because
listeners.
now we're in the 40s
of episodes. I know,
episode-wise.
fun. All right, let's
We're
talk about
coming
this
up
week.
on our year anniversary too of
Yes.
the podcast.
Yes.
So last Sunday was in between Mother's Day and your birthday. So let's talk about
Let's make a long story short. We don't need to like full recap on stuff, huh?
your birthday, our son's last day,
Great.
JoJo's, and
Yes.
Cedar Point.
Great. So
So you had a birthday.
I did.
You turned 48.
I did. I turned 45.
Oh, okay.
And it was fine. I told you, and it's so funny because I tried to express this to people and then I sounded like a crazy person. I have taken the last couple birthdays off because I don't like the like, happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. What are you doing? How's your birthday? Right? Like, it's just weird. I'm an adult.
Well, you like being the center of attention on social media, but not in the real world.
Watch your hands. I actually don't like to be the center of attention on social media. I like social media. I've explained this to you so many times. That's so weird to say. In fact, I actually had a thought about social media too.
Uh-oh.
I exclusively use social media to capture my own thoughts and memories, almost like a diary, which is actually very unhealthy. And I actually used to caution students against it.
Like a live journal.
But it is hard. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So pictures and stuff, like I live for the memories. Like I make no excuses for how I use social media. That said, like on something like a birthday, you have like probably 200 people that are like happy birthday. And I
Yes.
used to like have the capacity to like go and respond to everybody. I don't respond to anybody on social media anymore. So like when I
It's a
post a
lot.
picture of like when I post a picture of our kids and I'm like explaining something cute that they did or something that I want to remember and like it gets like 10 or 15 comments, I never comment back. And I realize once again to a particular generation that reads is very rude. But it's so hard to try to keep up with the comments on social media. So anyway, I don't do that for attention. I actually don't like attention like that. And I think you know that and you're being funny. So I don't, for my birthday, I kept telling people, I need my husband to celebrate me and my children to celebrate me. Other than that, no thank you. I'm an adult. But then as I was explaining that to people, I sounded like a crazy person. Like I had issues.
Yeah,
Like
that
I'm like,
sound.
I'm not really a big birthday person. Oh, you're not? Why? I'm like, I just, I'm a grown up, so I don't need people to celebrate. And then the whole thing got weird. So I'm just never going to work on my birthday.
Well, it's
again.
okay. Like I think it's like I told Joey, like when you become the center of attention of a very specific thing, you'd have to learn to say thank you. Like Joey in this play. It's
Right,
like
right.
it was awkward for him that everyone walk up to him and say how great he did. And I was
Right.
like, all you gotta do is say thank you Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, it's
Right.
just
I know. It's
very
just
simple
basic. I
thing,
know. I
very
know.
basic human
Yeah, I
interactions.
don't think
Thank you
it
very
like
much.
creates
Thank
like a
you. I
level of
appreciate it.
anxiety. It's really weird.
Like a
Yeah.
fake laugh. Another year on the earth.
Right.
So you
Right.
just got to get through that.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
only 24 hours, and then people forget about you.
Right, which is great.
It's 24 hours, and you're done until next year.
You got me a nesting egg swing chair for my patio.
No, explain how it happened. Explain the experience.
Oh, I went downstairs and there was a big sheet or blanket over a big present because you had set it up in our family room. And I took off the sheet present.
I know, don't rob
And it was
me
there.
of the experience in the moment.
Yeah, it was great. And then you got me some balloons, a bumpy cake, and we went to Mexican Fiesta. And we went to Mexican Fiesta because the place I wanted to go to, none of our kids wanted to go to.
What place did you want to go to?
P.F. Chang's.
You didn't communicate. I had no clue that was
Yeah, I
on your
know.
radar. You
I
didn't
know.
say that to me.
Well, I wouldn't have. Why would I have? I decided with the kids. The kids
Well,
were
that's
like
like-
mortified. To even mention P.F. Chang's was like
they
I
don't-
was
they've never been
actually
there.
like
I-
torturing them.
Remember the last time we went there was like
I love P.F.
10
Chang's.
years
I know. I haven't been in
ago.
a long time.
It was like we brought Aaron. I think Joey may have been a baby.
Yeah, I love P.F.
and
Chang's.
they were like very young.
Right. So it was a
I've
good
never
birthday.
loved that
Yes.
place that much.
Oh,
It's
I
like
like the-
slightly, it's like slightly nicer like Chinese food.
I like it. It's good. I had a hankering, but we went to Mexican Fiesta, which is fine. So
I'll take you to PF Chang's.
thank you.
soon.
So birthday was good. 45. 45 does feel a little old. That's what I kept telling people instead of saying
It
thank you.
does.
When people were like, happy birthday, I'd be like, how, what birthday is it? I'm like, 45 times 2, I'm dead. And everybody thought that was a funny joke. I said,
I feel like that's like legit.
Yeah.
Because that's like a solid.
I know.
I think once you get between 45 and 50, it
Yeah.
seems like very solid.
Yeah,
like
it's a
those are
solid, yeah.
solid ages.
Although there was a student that very genuinely reacted in the hallway when she heard me tell Father Bob I was 45. And she's like, you're 45? Like she couldn't wrap her head around it. And that made me feel good, actually, which I never thought I would be a person that cared about age. But as you get older, and I said to some of our dearest friends, I'm really lucky because our circle of friends, I've been friends with since I was a teenager, almost all of them. And that is a gift. And so all of us are turning 45 together and we're like, it just feels like yesterday that we were young
Mhm.
and we're legit not young anymore.
Not anymore.
No,
Even close.
it's like,
You're like in grandparents. You could be a grandparent.
I could be a grandparent, easily be a
Yeah,
grandparent.
grandparent
I think my parents
age.
were grandparents at 45. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, holy crap, that makes me
Shawnee
ill.
was 99. They were like 47.
I don't know. You can
Yeah,
do
I think they were
math
like
quicker than me.
47.
So
No, because there's this thing now on social media where they show like what you thought 60s looked like and what 60s looks like now.
yeah.
So like the Golden Girls, a lot of them were like in their early 60s.
Yeah.
That's what you think about. But you show like Sandra Bullock is in her 60s,
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves in his 60s.
Yeah,
So you
it's
realize
different.
all these people, you're like, oh, actually, or you see like TV shows, you're like, these people were like our
Right.
age when they're in these TV shows.
Right.
And it's like, oh, that's not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's crazy. So aging, time goes on.
So birthday, Mexican Fiesta.
Yes. Love my chair. It's out on my patio. We'll talk more about chairs in a second. Then next day, 2 days later, was little Aaron's last day. Oh no, he went to Cedar Point.
The day after your birthday,
Yes.
he went to Cedar Point.
Yeah, he loved it.
Yes.
Rode all the rides. Felt really proud
Which
of
he
himself.
wasn't. It's funny because we talked about this about us in our Cedar
Yeah.
Point, but he was not a rider
Now
historically.
he is.
Now
he's
he is.
in. He's all in. 8th grade. That's when it happens. Although it was a bummer for the kids. Oh, I gotta say something. Never mind. I can't say it. Oh man. It was a bummer for the kids because it rained all day.
They got it in the first half of the day, but then it rained.
Right.
The
it
back
rained.
half.
Yeah. And I was just gonna say some parents like maybe thought that it should have been rescheduled, but you can't exactly reschedule a Cedar Point trip. So anyway,
No,
we'll
'cause
move past
the
that.
school year's over.
Right.
For
So,
them.
but they had a great time, even though they only got the first part of the morning before it started pouring. And then his last day of school was on the 22nd, and you were not there because you were not there for big moments. A lot of parents were there, both moms and dads. Everybody
I
was
had
there.
this thing called a job.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yes.
You're right. I was not there.
So he walked out of the school.
I had a funny thought. Do you think the kindergartners are annoyed because they keep bringing out these kindergartners for everything?
To
So
clap.
like the high school, they did like the walk for the high
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
For the 8th graders, they
They're
did it
like,
again. The high schoolers walk through the
"Yay."
building. So do you think the kindergartens like, guys, enough. We will not
Yeah.
be you guys' like toys. Like
Yeah.
we are people too. Like stop
Well,
pulling us out.
The other thing is, it's funny because I've been reflecting. I don't know if you have, because it is a big deal to have a kid. We talked about it, graduating from 8th grade. It is weird at DC, especially with Aaron. It'll be totally different with Malia or Julia or maybe even John Paul. Aaron came into DC quite late. like he wasn't there with all these kids for the first half of school. So like a lot of these kids and these families have been friends since they were in kindergarten kindergarten. And so Aaron didn't start there till 5th grade. And so it's like I thought a lot about St. Mike's and the St. Mike's people on Thursday. And it's an interesting thing when you transfer into a school like DC later on. And so I think socially there's been some really fun things for Aaron, but also, and I think I care more about this than you do. I think socially it's been also hard. Like he's outside of like the circle of the school because he came in late. And because of his personality, because of our personality and all those things. So I'm very excited for him to get to high school is my point. I think he'll much more click socially in high school. So I'm excited about that. I'm not saying he doesn't have friends.
Oh, I thought that's what it sounded like.
No, but he doesn't hang out with
But
people.
sports has helped him though.
100%. But like every kid in that class or most of the kids in the class went and did like a thing after the walkout. And like he didn't. You know what I mean? So, but he doesn't care is the other thing. So anyway, I took him out to lunch to JoJo's in Detroit.
That's in downtown Detroit, next to the Fox Theater.
Right. That's where he wanted to go.
Yep.
And I'll start by saying.
No one from JoJo's listened to this podcast. You can say whatever you want to.
No, I know. But I'm going to start by saying that I understand that what I'm about to say is an extreme privilege. You have set up a situation for our family where I don't necessarily, when I go out to lunch one-on-one, like check prices.
No, let's caveat.
Well, I'm going to.
You don't look at prices anywhere.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. But like, I don't feel like I have to. I would look at prices for like a vacation. I would look at prices I do for clothes because you micromanage me. When I'm like, hey, I'm taking Aaron to lunch, I'm not thinking about how much lunch is going to cost. I'm thinking in my head, probably $20 a person. That's just what I think in my head that lunch costs when you go to have a burger and a chicken wrap. You're like, so when we ordered, I didn't even look at the menu, like the menu prices. Like, I'm like, we're just ordering.
How does that feel to be like, I'm just going to order whatever I want?
I started by saying that it's a great privilege that you have put us in that position where I don't have to be like... I always like
you surprised on the back end side. You're like, oh my gosh.
So I will tell you, he got a pretzel to begin our meal, and then he got a cheeseburger, I got a chicken wrap. We both got Cokes, like a fountain drink, and then he got a milkshake. They brought the check to me. And
it was gratuity.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was gratuity at first. They brought the check to me and I looked at it and it said $74 and I almost passed out. For like guys, a basic lunch. This was not steak. This wasn't like, it was basic and it said $74. And you didn't even yell at me because I was so appalled. I couldn't believe it happened. Turns out they add 20% gratuity.
Which is a lot. Usually we get that a lot. So because we have a large family, we I already know we go somewhere all together. It's automatically getting added because they all like groups of 6 or more. Right. But normally they do that. They only do 18%. So it's very bold to be like, for 2 people, they're going to automatically add 20% gratuity just for 2 people for lunch. Right. That's a bold take.
And it wasn't bad service by any means, but it certainly wasn't good service. Do you know what I mean? It was like, so like they had small cups for drinks, like smaller, like a kid cup for drinks. And like we drank our Cokes and then he came to the table and I was like, hey, can we have another refill? It wasn't like I'm taking your cup for a refill. And then it wasn't like they brought us a new cup. Like they took our older cups. I just was stunned. I was stunned. So JoJo's is now on the list. Oh, I know. Aaron's so sad because Aaron's like, it was the best burger of my life. I'm like, I feel like it wasn't. I feel like it was a cheeseburger.
Just go to McDonald's.
Yes, exactly. Because they don't like eat any of the good stuff of the burgers anyways. Like it's just a burger with cheese.
It's just a plain cheese. They don't put bacon on it.
Oh my
gosh.
It's
like a plain cheeseburger.
I definitely felt a little like sentimental about him graduating or like having his last day of school. It was lovely. And then my friend, we've moved into Memorial Day weekend. And so we have had nothing to do this weekend, like actual plans. And your parents took 4 out of the 5 kids yesterday night. So yesterday was magical. But you've been working hard. Yesterday was a hard work day for you. I felt bad.
Yeah, I helped someone move in the morning. Yeah. Which wasn't bad. I mean, I've done that many times. So helping people move.
You're good at it. So people ask you. And when people ask you, I say yes. You're just a hard worker. And like you're efficient. And so you're efficient there. You are non-efficient in other areas. We're going to talk about this, actually. We're going to get into it. So.
No, it's a difference, though. If I'm at home, like, if I'm on someone else's time, I'm like, let's just get this thing done with so I can go home. Yeah. But at home, there's no rush. I'm like, there's no rush, so who cares? But the problem with move, like, I feel like, I'm trying to think, We've had some. I've done a lot of moving
You'd
of
have.
people.
You're really good at. He's so good. Guys.
And the pet peeve is always making sure you're prepared, because if you're asking people to take the time to help you, it's like, hey, if you can like get stuff in boxes, do some prep work. So we do very specific things, but I've had experience where you show up and there's like nothing packed. You're like, oh, I guess we're actually like packing you. It's not just moving.
Right.
We're actually helping you packing. Because there's a friend of ours who we helped her move. I remember that just took forever because they were not ready at all.
Yeah.
So
anyway, you did that, and then because I loved that hanging.
Well, and our oldest went too. He went with me,
which I think was good. I think it's good for him to serve other people. I think it's good for him to be with you. This is somebody that we're not necessarily like hangout friends with, but he just needed some help, and like you rose to the occasion. So I think that's really good for our kids. Like you're a helper. You're a helper, honey. You're the best.
But this does not mean our listeners can all call me up, and everyone.
But I will say to our listeners that if you do need help and he has the time, he is really good at it.
But I may say no to some of you.
Right.
Some of you I may not.
There's just so many listeners.
There's so many listeners.
He doesn't want to get overwhelmed.
So hopefully everyone's not moving all of a sudden.
Right. Exactly.
We have to stagger it because I'm older now.
You are older. You did wake up this morning and say your back hurt.
But that was already there before I started moving. That wasn't because of moving.
Oh, I'll rub it later.
That was not moving related.
So then I loved my nesting egg chair so much that I made you a deal that I put it in writing that I would not spend more than $100 for the next 3 weeks. $100 a week. And that's for everything, right? So it's like tight budget if we can buy another one and you got another one.
Because you're so spoiled. You're like, you know what? You know what's better than one?
Well, it's the feng shui of it all.
2 egg chairs.
Because my patio is next level.
Make it happen.
And babe, can you post this right away? If you post it right away, I'll post it right away.
Done.
You usually take like 4 days to get it ready.
That's not true.
So if you post it right away, I'll post a picture of my patio. Like my patio is my dream. And I said yesterday, I'm going to say this. Ready? Like 2 or 3 years ago, I was in my house, our other house in Redford, and like I wanted to have people over, and our house is so small. And I remember actually offering like a prayer to the Lord, being like, I would really, like, I'd like bigger space to live in, but I can't figure out how we would make that happen financially. And like it was actual prayer, and I was like, because if we did, we could be really hospitable, and I could open my house to people and have people over, and not, you know what I mean, worry about it. And we don't have people over. I mean, we very rarely do, but when we do, I have a big family. And so I did the math yesterday, and like 40 people can comfortably sit between our patio and our indoor.
Like if we invited all of our listeners,
yes,
they could
all
fit in our patio.
We could have a listener party at our house.
Thank you event.
Yes, and so I'm really proud of that. So you built that. Then this is funny. So you bought a new grill. Because you don't take care of our grill. Do we want to talk to the people about that?
Well, the last grill was like 15 years old.
I know, but you would just like leave it out, and it was rainy and rusty, and then you'd cook. But then you'd cook on it after.
No, I always clean.
And like I'm noticing right now that our grill cover, you just put that beautiful grill together, and the grill cover is sitting in our bedroom.
What? You don't need to cover it. It didn't rain. Why are you? Those are made to be outside.
Okay, I don't know, but you and Aaron built a grill together yesterday, and it was so funny because you started. And then it was like, you started at 6 and it was like nearing 7, and little Aaron's like, hey, when are we going to eat dinner? And you said this thing that you say to me all the time, and it is the most triggering thing that you do. You said, we're almost done. And I looked at the table and the parts and you were not almost done. And little Aaron looked at me with like a panic-stricken face because he understood that you're saying we're almost done, but there is no way in H that you're almost done. Him and I talked, and we agreed, and the people can weigh in. Almost done means less than 10 minutes. Like, that means I'm finishing up here. No, almost done does not mean you're not even halfway through.
No, there's different stages. So finishing up means 10 minutes. Like, we're doing the last couple pieces. Almost is relative to when we first started.
No, exactly. And you worked for another hour after you said no.
We're closer to being done than starting.
You were not almost. You were not.
You made the point though.
Aaron,
finishing up means I got a couple more things and I'm done.
You were not closer to being done than you were closer to being started. You worked for another hour on it. It wasn't even built.
I disagree.
And you had the cajones to say we're almost done.
I disagree.
But I died because little Aaron gave me this face like, what is he talking about? And over the course of our marriage, the last 15 years, every time you're like, oh, we're almost there. This happens in the car ride all the time. He'll sit there, like when we're on like a long car ride, and he's like, we're almost to North Carolina. And I'm like, oh, great. And we're an hour away. And he's like, well, relative to
for a 15-hour,
we're almost to North Carolina. We're not near. We're not almost
15-hour trip.
If North
we're
Carolina,
45 minutes. That's almost.
If driving through I don't know, Virginia is 4 hours, and you still have an hour to get through to Virginia, so it's just crazy. But I'm glad that Aaron saw it.
No, if it's a 15-hour trip, for the last 45 minutes, you can say
you should have seen his face, because there's these parts all over the table. You're like, we're almost done, and we're like, no, you are not almost done. So we ate at 8 o'clock at night, which is fine.
Oh no.
I know.
Do you think that people are nervous? Do you think you're going to get a message on the side if people are actually nervous about you?
No, but I think people
Our listeners are going to be worried about you and your well-being.
I think it's funny, you guys, that he keeps trying to start fights and I just keep ignoring them. I keep not taking the bait. First, to social media, that I do things for attention.
That's funny.
Now, acting like I'm nervous. I wasn't nervous. I'm just saying almost done is not. It's almost means something, and you've taken away.
You know what the great poet Brandy said?
What?
She said almost doesn't count.
It's true. Yeah, so... Yeah, so that's a quick recap. Too long. Our recaps need to be under 10
But that's
minutes.
the episode.
No, it shouldn't be the episode.
The episodes are the recap. That's the whole point of what we do.
Content.
We don't have any particular topics. Do you have a particular topic? It's only 20 minutes into it.
Oh my gosh,
you have plenty of time.
Talking about what we did.
Anyways, what do we have going on this week coming up?
Social gathering today, which will be fun. Social gathering with the homies. Really excited about that. Hamburgers, hot dogs, guacamole, fresh fruit. And then what's going on this week?
Are you going to make a guac with no tomatoes? Like half with no tomatoes?
No. This week's crazy. I'm actually nervous about this week. I don't even know how the logistics are going to work.
I thought you said the rest of the year is easier.
No, it's that your aunt passed away, so there's a viewing and there's Tigers games. I can't even count. How many field trips do we have this week? 7? Because there's the Tigers game for 2 of them, and I'm counting 2 field trips. Midway for 2 of them.
Yeah, I'm confused. The field trip thing is interesting.
Detroit Zoo for 1 of them. Does Julia have the zoo? I mean, there's just I can't.
Yeah, there's
I don't know.
The zoo is Friday, and they have the band thing at CJ Barrymore's or Midway. The band thing's on Friday.
When is the CJ Barrymore's?
I think it's next week. Okay. That's for the 8th, 7th graders.
I mean, there's just so many things right now.
There's a lot of field trips.
And I'm just quarter mile at a time.
See, and it goes back to my rant about schools and money. Not through the DC. It's kind of like the school supplies. So when we get in August, I'll rant about school supplies again.
Yeah, I love when you do that.
To me, it's just put it all, these things should just be covered. Because are there people who are we don't do field trips?
No. And I've
so to me, it's they always want out. We need $30 for.
Well, the Tigers was free. That was
Oh yes, that's the one free thing. But I'm saying all these other things, like Midway, CJ, all these things cost money.
No.
And it's bro, just put it in ahead of time what this thing's gonna cost. So just roll these things into it. It's just like the school supply.
I'll tell you, because
I just feel like we're getting nickel and dimed.
No, I don't. What I will say is that
we also have many children. I understand that, but
I will say that again, I do consider it a privilege, the position that we're in, because if everything's so much more than it used to be when we were kids, my parents would not have been able to do this. Their budget was so tight, they would not have been able to do an extra $300-$400 at the end of the school year for field trips. And again, we have a lot of kids, but it's a lot. It adds up. It really adds up. So, and I'm sure there are some families that are trying to make it work, but I also think there's financial aid people can do. It's hard. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But the kids love it, and it's fun. So, and then the kids get off next Friday. They're done with school, and then I get off the week after. Next Thursday? Oh, wow.
Thursday's the last. Not next. It's not this week.
I know.
It's the next week.
Wow. Thursday, so you have them for 6 school days when I'm still at work. That'll be fun.
Yes.
So yeah, we're still trying to lock down a trip, a little getaway, too.
Because according to you, we don't have enough.
We've been married 15 years.
That's our anniversary.
Yes, it is. It's tied to our anniversary. 15 years is a big deal. But you don't. We feel so differently about where to go. I just found some places in Montauk.
In Michigan, Montauk?
No, it's New York. It's by the Hamptons. Upstate.
We'll see.
Here's the thing, because do you remember Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? The movie?
Yes.
I wanted to go to Montauk since then. So I found some places.
So we can erase our memories?
No, it's just do you like that movie?
I'm indifferent. There's some interesting parts of it.
I liked it. A lot of people did not like it. I fall on the liked it category.
It was not earth shattering.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying my life was changed. We can talk about the show we watched, but I actually don't feel good endorsing it. I think it's important to know that we actually do fast forward through a lot.
You don't have to endorse it. You can just say that you watched the show.
So we watched a show called 4 Seasons. And the reason that there's a lot of non-traditional understandings of the sacrament of marriage. And if we consider the sacrament of marriage to be a holy institution that needs to be protected and is under attack, this would not be a good show to watch. And I understand that. However, there were some truths within this show about, I think, marriage and the challenge.
Can we talk about, like, the first episode, how many times you, like, punched me?
Yeah. So basically in the first episode, this is spoiler alert, the show follows basically 3 couples through 4 different seasons, and they've all been married like 20 years. So, like, marriage is this crazy thing, as we know, and it's hard, and you change and you evolve, and like marriage is sometimes you have years where it's really good or really bad. So anyway, in the first episode, second episode, I don't know, one of the guys decides to leave his wife after 20 years, 25 years. 25 years of marriage. And like,
but then you're like punching me.
Yeah, like, because I actually find it unbelievable that, because we know that men do this, right? Like
women do too.
But we know that men do it more, like literally trade in their model for a younger, fresher, more beautiful model, of wife or girlfriend. And I just think I've always felt this actually since we got married. Like, if you have a midlife crisis and decide to leave your family and like leave your faith, I'm just screwed. Like, you put a lot of trust in at least I do, the way we've set up our life. I can't do anything.
You could.
I can't do anything.
You choose not to.
I don't know how to pay
bills. All I said was step your game up, playa.
And so then he says to step my game up. How's
playa.
That? For a response.
If you're nervous.
I'm not actually nervous. I would actually kill you.
But the problem, you kept giving me these looks like, bro, this is like, I didn't do this. I didn't leave you.
I could see you being the type. I could see you.
What does that mean?
I could see you going through a nervous, what do you call it? A midlife crisis at like 45 and deciding that this little life that we've built, that you want something more different.
On the show, he was frustrated because his wife didn't do anything. He's like, all she does is play games on her iPad. She doesn't want to go anywhere. She doesn't want to do anything.
Right.
And he's like, I want to live. Because he was in his 50s.
Right.
I think, he's in his 60s in real life.
Right. Well, and then I'll tell you, I was just scrolling through Instagram and I watched this Instagram story of this guy that's like, all the advice I didn't take. And it was like, don't blah, 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 blah. One of the things is like, stay for the kids. And he's like, don't stay for the kids. You leave, like, find happiness. Like, and I'm like, what the hell?
Well, remember, you have a sibling who has a friend who wants his child graduate high school.
Done.
Deuces.
But that's what I'm saying. I actually don't think it's a rare story.
Correct.
And I think you are far more likely to have a midlife crisis and leave me than I am to have a midlife crisis and leave you.
Well, it's because you're living your best life. You got a house. You got 2 egg chairs.
Are you not living your best life?
Let's just say some more than others.
Are you not living your best life?
No, I'm saying you're in your life? No, but you're in your mid-40s though. I'm not there yet.
You get so I'm not breakfast made for you every morning that I'm here. Like, what kind of a man wakes up to eggs and bacon every single morning? This guy.
I'm not there yet.
This guy. I think we both are living our best life. But I do worry about you. Because you have to have I worry about you. You have to pray.
To make it today?
No, because like that's the other thing is you have to stay close to your faith, and it's very hard to do. I do. Okay, good. Because I just.
But I told you I will. You kept making me promise. You're like, promise me.
Right.
You won't leave me. And I said I will do my best. I will do my best.
Well, your voice is cracked, which is really awkward. So good luck finding a 20-something when you haven't gone through puberty yet. Like...
No, actually. I will do my best effort to not leave you.
Okay, stop saying that. You sound like a jerk. Oh my gosh.
But what's fun? Now, remember what's funny about the show is that like. So the guy was in it, like, the woman he left his wife for was in her 30s. So they're trying to make it seem like people in their 30s were like these, like, they're trying to put people in their 30s like they're in their 20s.
Yeah.
Because in your 30s, you're not like this young person who's like,
right.
who has their whole life ahead of them and just very angsty. It's like, that's in your 20s. But they're making this girl almost in her mid-30s acting like she was like
you're
this
giving too many details.
person.
Nobody's watching it.
I will do my best to not leave.
I appreciate that. So that was a good show. We binge watched it. It was eight episodes. Now we're looking for a new show.
It was nothing deep. It was
I think we got to do Yellowstone.
It was very light.
I think we got to do Yellowstone. You just keep resisting it, but we need a really good long show. You got to stop resisting it. People like it a lot.
We'll see.
Okay. Any other topics you want to bring up today?
Anything about your job and your preparation?
No, I can't wait to teach next year. I'm very excited about it.
Oh, high school graduation. We didn't talk about graduation, did we?
There was really nothing. It was a fun graduation. It was fine. The seniors were ready to go. We were ready to let them go.
It's funny. You guys are all, it's like a mutual, like, it's time for us to
Well, it's funny because we loved this senior class so much, but towards the end, like the last 2 weeks, it was just like they got a little chip on their shoulder. And it was a little disappointing to all of us, but I think it happens.
See, I remember that, like,
it was weird though, because we love them.
The last month of high school is difficult. At that point, you've already been accepted to college. You already got all your scholarships lined up. Everything's done.
Yeah.
So now you're just going through the motions. You're like, why am I even here anymore? Right. Like, this serves no purpose. So right. I think you're just frustrated. You're just like, why am I even going to school? It just ended
it ended a little weird. Like, I thought that it would be more, I don't know, something. So they were all just like, get us the heck out of here. So we're like, okay, bye. So that happened. And yeah, now we're just the last couple weeks. Hopefully it'll start to get warmer. My gosh, it's been cold.
Yeah,
so like it's 41 degrees, 42 degrees outside right now. Like
we skipped into fall.
We did, I love fall weather. Let me be clear, but it's like I said to a girlfriend. I also love sitting on my patio drinking coffee, and I tried it yesterday with multiple blankets and Carhartt like extra warmth.
Well, and then we have to go back to recording our podcast
on the patio. Which will be interesting because the nesting chairs are far away from each other, so I don't think we can both sit in a nesting chair. Have you sat in one yet?
Briefly.
That's great. I mean, it is great. Even our neighbor came over yesterday. I was like, well, this is good. Like,
well, it's not as, because I think I'm a little bit taller than you, so like it's not as, I need like an extra like pillow to put there.
Yeah.
Because your head hits against the wicker.
Right.
And I'm not even that tall, but still, you're like, it's not as
the kids
comfortable.
Love them too, so.
The kids love it. The girls want one in their room. Your daughter's already said that she wants one sitting in her room when we eat.
Did you call any of the basement people, by the way?
No, I've been busy. I'm busy.
Okay, because we got to get quotes for our basement. That's the next thing. And the painting should be happening in the next 2 weeks, right?
Painting should be the week after next. The last week of school should be the painting.
That's great. Next week.
Yes.
While the kids are still in school, I hope. Because, man, that's going to be hard.
Correct.
Otherwise, we got to ship them off to our parents. But I can't wait to have this house painted, you guys.
Project.
I don't know if we've spoken about it, but we're still using the grade level paint of the builder grade. And, I mean, you touch my wall and there's a handprint. You can't.
Flat
I mean, so there's our walls look like we are living in squalor, and I can't wait to have it done. So, yeah, it's good. I don't think anything else.
I think that's it. Nothing's going on this upcoming weekend.
No, so it's a little bit of a boring podcast, but alas, it is what it is. Yeah. We need to get some topics.
Well, also, 8th grade graduation is this week, so I think we'll have a lot between. We have the Tigers game, we have the funeral, the 8th grade graduation.
Yeah.
So we'll have more.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Have a great week, any listeners.
Till next time.